Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we're going to be taking a look at something really quite awesome, and that is this inventory test secure entrance. Now that might sound relatively complicated, but the idea behind it really is quite simple. A player will only be able to travel through this entrance if they have a specific item in their inventory. If they don't have said specific item, then sadly they won't be able to get through, and they'll have to go somewhere else. It's a really cool idea, and it uses some pretty awesome mechanics, so let's take a closer look. So how about I show you this in action? As you can see from my inventory, I've got a specific kind of item. It is a diamond that has been renamed to the name password. If we just head on inside here and hit this button, you will see we begin the system. This door shuts, and immediately a bunch of wooden swords are being dropped out to us. Now the reason that this is happening is it is filling up all of the available spaces in our inventory. Then as you will see, the item gets dropped out of that dropper up at the top there. It will fall down, land in my inventory, and the door will open up. We have passed the test, so then we can head on inside, pick up our boats and hose, and have a fantastic time. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, of course if you try to go here without the specific item, you're not going to be able to get through. So as you can see, my inventory is completely empty, and we're going to give it a bit of an attempt. If we just hit this button here, you will see the door closes up, and once again, all of the swords are dropped out. Now of course this fills up the inventory, meaning that we don't pick up the item as it travels by. So there we go, that is all now full, and we should see that the diamond will be dropped out, it will travel straight past us, landing in this hopper down here. That will override the system, meaning that we can't actually go through, and we have to go out the same way we came in. Now I'm sure most of you have a rough idea of how all of this works, but for those of you who don't, I'm going to do a quick explanation. So this dropper here is in charge of chucking out all of the swords. They are there to fill up the inventory so that the player doesn't pick up the specific item by default. Then later on, this dropper fires, that fires out the specific item. If the player has that item in their inventory, of course they'll be able to pick it up because it will make up part of the stack, but if they don't have it, it will travel straight on past them and down into this hopper. That will then go into the item filter. If it detects an item, of course a redstone signal will travel across like this and up into this system, which will essentially lock the door, meaning that it can't actually open up and the player can't travel through. That may all sound incredibly simple, but sadly there's quite a large number of timing circuits which of course take up quite a lot of space, which explains why all of my redstone looks like spaghetti junction. That's a bit of a problem, and that is where you guys come in. Often you guys are much better at compacting down redstone contraptions than I am, which is why I want to issue you just a little bit of a challenge. Can you make the survival based inventory tester a lot more compact? I'd love to see your designs, and as always you can submit them to me via Twitter. As always, if you want to take a closer look at all the redstone behind this thing, perhaps use it as a reference for your future builds, then of course there is a world download down in the description for anyone that wants to check that out. I also feel the need to mention that throughout this entire video, I really have been struggling on because you may notice my voice is a little bit hoarse and I still have a bit of a cold, so I do apologise for that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.